What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog. Today I'm far up in the Bronx, New York, and I'm gonna walk to a neighborhood that I visited a couple of times when I was a kid with my grandma, because I used to have a cousin that lived there, and that section is called Co-op City. It is the biggest cooperative housing complex in the whole world. It's a city within a city, and it's a place that a lot of people they don't know about. So I'm gonna walk around there and explore the area a little bit, and I'm gonna show you guys, so join me. The thing about Co-op City is there's no straight subway line that goes there, so like the closest one would be the 6th train to Pelham, then you take a bus or something, or do like I do, take it to Eastchester. And if you like walking, then you can walk and you're gonna cross the Interstate 95, which takes you all the way, you know, New England, Boston, and then it goes all the way south. So I'm just walking over here until I make my way to the neighborhood. You can see regular, but when you see those tall buildings, that's Co-op City. Like I say, it's a big neighborhood. It feels like you're in another world, and it even has a mall, Baychester Mall. So, you know, that mall is being now for a couple of years. So really excited to see what the neighborhood looks like. It's been, I think the last time I went there, I was like 9 years old. So it's been a lot of years. So I want to see how the neighborhood looks like. Did it change or not? So now I'm crossing one of the busiest highways in the United States of America. 95 right here. That could take you all the way to Florida. Then on the other side, I think if I'm not mistaken, it takes you close to Canada. But yeah, really busy interstate. And then in front of me, I see the beast, Co-op City, really tall buildings, beautiful apartments, you know, like a whole community at once. Like I say, it's the biggest comparative housing project in the whole world. So I'm really excited to go there and have memories back then when I was a kid. And as I'm walking around here, I can start seeing the apartment complex right in front of me. Tall buildings. I'm telling you, this neighborhood is big, and it's a city within a city. You can see the buildings right here. And then there's a shopping center over there with supermarkets. And then at the end of the neighborhood, there's a mall too. So yeah, I think about 40,000, 50,000 people live around this neighborhood. So it's like a whole community over here. And they even have a high school over here, Truman High School. I'm telling you, a lot of memories over here. As I'm walking, I see ahead of me Triangle Plaza. Like I remember when I was a kid and I came with my grandma, we would take a cab and we would pass that shopping center. So amazing neighborhood and really good memories. And as I'm walking around, I don't know which building I stayed, but I remember walking all this area, like this houses over here with the tall buildings. Like I remember walking this area over here, and then there's like another shopping complex over there with supermarkets and that tall building. And then there's like a plaza in the middle, so yeah, I feel like a little kid. And yeah, this is the Bronx, all the way far up, not too far from Westchester County, so this is like in the top. Not the northern tip of the Bronx, but you know, you see all these buildings over here, tall buildings. So it's a really beautiful neighborhood. And the cool thing about this neighborhood is how they have their own park, and you can even ride your bike over here. Like, see the sidewalk? And I think I remember walking all this when I was a kid. And then it connects with other sections in the area. It's really quiet here, and it's a good place, you know, to have family and stuff. The only bad thing is it's a little far from Manhattan, and like I say, no subway lines go straight to this neighborhood. But this is like another world. It's in the Bronx, but it's like a neighborhood in its own, like its own city. So really cool. I gotta tell you, I'm so happy to be here, and I can easily see myself living around here if it wasn't too far from the city. But always good to visit and have back some memories. And it's cool because they got like their own plaza, you know, kids can play around. They even have this little park for the kids here, even though you don't see kids playing. Well, I'm not sure if it's well, actually this is like a gym, an outdoor gym. So I guess in the summertime it gets busy, or maybe because, you know, the pandemic that's going on, you know, there's no machines and stuff. But yeah, the neighborhood has it all. Let me just show you 360. Big open space, plaza, the tall buildings. And behind me, you know, there's like a lake, or like the water. And then not too far, there's a huge park, the Pelham Bay Park. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the biggest park in New York City, not Central Park, Pelham Bay Park. You know, that park is connected, and they got a beach also called Orchard Beach. Yeah, and City Island, so yeah. So there's a lot of things to do here in the North Bronx. Then I gotta say, I love the mixture of buildings and houses they have over here. Like, look at this here. Like the patio and stuff. And I hear a noise. I think somebody's flying a drone over me. But I'm not gonna look up. Well, I did look up. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. Like, it doesn't feel like you're in the Bronx, so all these tall buildings. It kind of reminds you a little bit of some European cities over here. You see the short houses, then the tall buildings over there. More tall buildings ahead of me, so yeah, it's really cool. Then I'm walking around here, you can see, not sure if they're developing what's going on, but there's like a track field. And then that building over there, that's the high school that I'm talking about, combined with all these apartments right here. And I gotta say, it's really peaceful here, really quiet. Like, you can hear the little echo sounds of Interstate 95, which is not far from here. But yeah, it really feels like you're in another world right here. And I like the way how they have all these trees and the sidewalks with the tall buildings. Yeah, really tall buildings right here. And this all apartment complex, you know. Working community. Got the entrance. And by the way, the apartments are really beautiful on the inside, you know. I'm trying to remember when I was a kid, but yeah, they're really beautiful on the inside, so. And I don't know why, but I like this part over here. Like, it just looks so cool, like the trees with all the buildings. And even better when you got the place for yourself, you know. And I'm trying to remember when I visit here, I think my cousin might have stayed in a building. Not sure, I'm not saying this is exactly this building, but the building kind of looks like this side, you know, that shape. So it could be either one of these buildings, or honestly, I don't know, it's just, these buildings are pretty similar, so it's really confusing. So I just got to remember the number. Because if you don't remember the number, you don't know where you're going, you know. And then another cool thing is, like, I'm not saying each building, but like each section of the neighborhood, it has its own playground. So I guess, you know, when people have their kids, they could take them out here and play. There's one playground over here, and then there's another one over there, you know. Look how beautiful the buildings are. So, you know, options for people who have families, you know, and for your kids. And then here you got another section, and as you can see, they're labeled, so that's how you know which building you're gonna visit or where you're staying. So yeah, like, I love the buildings with all this plaza over here. So cool. Yeah, it really feels like you're in another city. That's what I like about New York City. And another thing I noticed is that there's a lot of elder people over here. And I'm trying to remember when the pandemic was hitting really bad here in April. This neighborhood here, the Co-op City, got affected really bad. Like, probably one of the worst in New York City. And it's also because of this high elder population, because there's some people who've been living here for so many years, you know. So yeah, but it's good to see it back on track, you know, going back to normal, little by little, you know. The Bronx was one of the communities that got really big affected in New York City, also Queens, but I've heard this neighborhood here, I think it was the one that got most affected in the Bronx. Easy. Another interesting thing I noticed when I was walking around here is that they have even their own police. You know, usually this is New York City and you would see NYPD, but I just saw a car that said Co-op City Police. So it looks like they have their own police, you know, their own police station. So I can assume that the neighborhood is pretty safe. So that's something pretty cool. I'll tell you, the neighborhood is so big. I thought I was seeing the end of it, but the shopping center's over there, and then you cannot see it because of the GoPro. But the buildings, they continue. So you can take an entire day to walk the entire neighborhood. And then I'm walking, and ahead of me there's a couple of shopping centers and the mall, including Bay Plaza Mall. And then over here you can see the busy highway 95. And I see a bridge over there. I guess I could walk around that bridge and get to the subway line number 5. I think it's Eastchester. Well, Eastchester was the last stop. Then I think the other stop was Baychester, so maybe that one will be closer to Baychester. And then this area over here has shopping center, you know, has a mall and stuff. So yeah, you can see around my surroundings, Marshalls. So it's a really cool place, you know, like it has it all. It's like a city within a city, you know. It has its own police and even its own shopping center. And ahead of me is what I'm saying. Like, I thought I saw the whole neighborhood, but then you see part of the shopping center, and there in the back you see more buildings. That's still Co-op City. So like I say, pretty big neighborhood, and I think it's worth coming out here and checking out the neighborhood. So you can see to my right hand is the mall, it's a parking lot, and then ahead of me is still Co-op City. So like I say, it's been years since I've been here, and it feels good to be back. So that was the end of my video. That was Co-op City in the Bronx, New York. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody, and peace.